Ebusua General Mosquito ekopie mu ewo the late Akwatia MP ne yase na ebusua eseweni na nka omo ya bro je say General Mosquito enya asem ketwa adenti a ode ne nkrofo eni je say minim say MP NDC atare no na aprovoke omo bia na say like I don't get it because same ye na say no je say omo kra MPP flag ewo ho. It will say bia General Mosquito no ehi anase bia NDC like flag no na ama omumu bi efu na ache say omo pe kwan bi so abono a constitution e HSS MPB wu a ye no ho by election select ni pafoforo e de si na nem so eno so baso nti violence na nkasa hya ase wo eye na ase. Oh yes, but me I pray say anka enko ye physical enkoye ti say ablikuma of there no etinia emma mpo exercise we ye na ase no but shaking kakra ebusua yenjimre na enkohwe that particular video. Sisi ampoa violence na sha say we ye na say no then that should tell you say by election we are ebaso no ebekwa akoye bibie wo yes say a police for bema security are tight pa honestly speaking na nkwa nkoye ti say ablekuma of there no.
As you may all be aware, we have an important assignment to execute in Akwatia. And the assignment is to provide security for the by-elections for the Akwatia constituency. Now the constituency is divided into 119 polling stations. We have 21 electoral areas and 1 collation center and 1 constituency. As you may all be aware, the Ghana Police Service, in collaboration with other sister security agencies, have provided and continue to provide security arrangements for all our elections in this country. We want to assure all the citizens, the political parties, and the journalists of their safety and security during this exercise. I must say that as part of our effort to ensure that we have free and fair elections, the Ghana Police Service Management Board, led by the Inspector General of Police, Christian Tete Yohonu, engaged with the Electoral Commission and had some conversations or discussions and modalities regarding how the by-election in Akwatia is going to be conducted. These discussions were very fruitful and informed some changes in how the EC intends to run the elections at Akwatia. The POMAP members also had an engagement with both political parties, the major political parties, the NDC and the MPP, And during these engagements, their concerns and their fears were laid bare by the Inspector General of Police, reassured all of them of the professionalism and the commitment of the Ghana Police Service to deliver on its mandate by providing security for all the political parties as well as all the electorates that will be participating in this exercise. We also had an encounter with civil society organizations, including the Peace Council, and all our engagements was to reassure them of our commitment, dedication, and professionalism in delivering on our statutory mandate. And as part of this engagement, we have deployed 5,500 police personnel for this by-election. All the personnel have gone round to familiarize themselves with their polling stations and the electoral areas where they will be performing their duties. As part of these engagements, the police personnel will get themselves involved in community engagements to reassure the communities, the electorates, that they should not fear. They should all come out and cast their votes, exercise their rights as good citizens of this country. Now, certain protocols have also been defined for the polling stations, the collation center, and the so-called observers or monitors who go around from one polling station to the other. Now we have informed the EC to provide specific accreditations to the polling agents, people that will be accredited to the collation centers, the media, and the monitors or observers who will be going around to observe the elections at various polling stations and electoral areas. We want to emphasize that if you are not accredited to a polling station, you have no business at the polling station, with the exception of those legitimate voters who are going there to exercise their franchise. So if you don't have accreditation to a polling station, you have no business going to the polling station. And those who are going to exercise their franchise, once you vote, you can go home and rest. And when it is time for the collation of the results, you can come back and observe and participate in the exercise. At the collation center, the media that will be accredited are the only media that will have access to the collation center. The political party agents that will also be accredited to be at the collation center are those that will be allowed. The observers, election observers that will also be accredited at the collation center are those that will be allowed to participate in that exercise. Apart from these accredited persons or individuals, organizations or institutions, no any other person will be allowed at the collation center. If you are not accredited to be at the collation center, please do not, I repeat, do not venture to appear at the collation center. We have also earmarked certain security strategies to prevent people from exercising unconstitutional rights, and that is motorbikes, the use of motorbikes. We may not infringe upon people's rights, preventing them from riding their motorbikes. However, these motorbikes will only be entertained 100 meters away from the polling stations, and we will not encourage pillion riders during this period where we have the by-elections. I want to add that the Inspector General of Police has announced zero tolerance for weapons What it means is that even VVIP and bodyguards to ministers, parliamentarians will not be allowed to carry their sidearms or weapons into the polling stations. They may have to hand over their weapons at the police stations, then they can accompany them into the inner perimeter of the police stations. On the other hand, they may not be allowed to accompany them. They may stand 100 meters away from the polling station and wait for their principals. Once they exercise whatever they are supposed to do, they come and they can escort their principals and provide whatever security they intend to provide for them. The Inspector General of Police has announced the deployment of what we call the Black Maria. The Black Maria is a specialized purpose vehicle that we are going to use to accommodate miscreants who intend to create any mayhem or cause confusion during the elections. So when you see the Black Maria around, don't be afraid, provided you are not going to cause any confusion or cause any violence during this electoral process.
Mimi who say NDC flag no modi ba ho no. Any ASIEDU NKETIA you say ne hu ebufu anase ne hu ehi utieli di na e wo background na o chemu say sameku na wie the kind of politics are here sisia ne die ebusua enya konokra honestly speaking the kind of politics are here wo my way mu eni so onyan akwakoye personal sisia I want you to understand but the same year na ase no ebi musu kra MPP flag wo because nipa na ye MPP ni so I understand them but I no guarantee say wo de mra be hye won sem say wo kwakobọ honorable no you don't have to do that at your say entwe yi oba apo no ye bibise o so imagine say wakwakoye bema so it is high time say ye be politics kire wadwen ba wakwakoto nsa de abo a whole general how a dear about Chimusa and then a mouse are effrontery to do that. And yefe. And yefe. I am ma in bimu and beshe chi ye no maybe. Nyobukako contested ewo Akwatia by election party of free mu ye LPG Patrick Owusu MP. And a MPP Solomon Kwame Asumadu NDC Bernard Bediako at Yasia. So the better the be kono. Yeah, the bomb say be abeko successfully. Enko twetwe ntokwa bia emba. Mpembenso a ye politics na edu ni de ebusua. Eni so onyan. Enti lady we person chemu say ye jai ni mu a obetimi de nsa aka general mosquito ana. Obetimi de nsa aka general na. Edie na ama ne sa effrontery no. Senka obetimi ayi bibisa. Ye pattern ye catch us mama twe san chese jai ni awoye no. Still just say on pinekra na lady ba akone de won say papa penimu no all the way na to ne kom no NDC flag na to ne kom sako so ye nkan ye say ye na say obetimi just obetimi abon kra na ba akona on pene ye pattern na on pene no bon say just won we mi ni pa mame nipa ne bondie I don't think say to the extent we should be dead, right? But for you to say the colleague abeye na sinti because omuye NDC for no na omekum or utie background na that was the statement that lady in the make it say some kunewi oh Charlie well and I chemu say we share the death and legacy now omu chemu say ERNEST Kumi passed away on July 7th, 2025 at the age of 40 after a brief of illness His death sent shockwaves across the political landscape. Teacher say oyare Africa had here say nipa wu a obo fa kwan bia so e ka say asemasi bi obi na eku no. Enu so onyan mo ma yensesan adwen wo no bi ho. Africa obi wu a na ya ka say we spiritual obi na eku no. Like that kind of thing no. Emfa enkambum eba. One kasa upati mu kro bit me time wo mu. So I don't know what she's talking about. Ebusu na first time abomodi anso be subscribe to the channel na click the bell notification icon so. Yen do baby I am na violence a shall see.